Let's see. This time we're gonna make sure that we're actually rocking with it. And I'm gonna be doing like multitasking. Shows we're live on the stream, and shows that the connection is excellent. Shows we are 16 seconds in, and I am in the middle of multitasking like crazy. I am working on a project at the same time. Right now, I'm downloading some videos from my friend's Facebook page who was on the podcast yesterday. And so I'm going through his pages that he has here, his images on Facebook, and I'm downloading each and every one I can find. Yesterday we tried to record live stream on, that's a nice quote. Yesterday we tried to live stream on Facebook. Something didn't go right. I lost the video, and now I had audio because I have my voice recorder, and so I managed to get the last 15 minutes. By the time I realized we weren't recording, it was almost 3 hours in, and so I immediately let him know, and so I recorded it what we could, and that's what we've got up on the YouTube channel. And this video is being live streamed, so this will be the next one up. And I'm in the middle of making the next one. I'm in the middle of making the the full video, 3-hour video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these images and I'm going to lay them inside and then overlap them with the audio from my voice recorder that I had inside the bedroom. Quite a little bit of a job I have at hand, but I'm going to knock it out. And I asked him to send me some files, or a file that can of videos and pictures, not videos. And the reason is 3 hours, there's a 3-hour, 10-minute recording, and only 15 minutes with any type of video. So I got to fill in almost 3 hours worth of audio recording with some type of visual, as opposed to just like a straight black image or a single image. Because that, in my opinion, I wouldn't find that entertaining. And so this is kind of like me taking some one man's trash is another man's treasure. I managed to salvage the first Prospector Library TV. And what we're going to be doing is talked about some on that recording. But basically, this whole podcast thing, people might be wondering, like, Chris, what are you actually doing? Where are you going with this? Truth is, I've got a vision on where I'm going with this. Eventually, each of these shows, this isn't just we're creating some type of silliness. And it may seem silly for some people, but I'm just getting warmed up. And what we're doing is we're talking about anything and everything we can to help make the world a better place. And then we're creating plans, and then we're going to get and then we're going to fund it, and then we're just going to go do it. That's basically how I've done everything already. When it comes to stuff in my life, I come up with a plan, and then I get the money, and then I just go execute. So I've got a lot of experience doing that. And you and your dad, right before we got on the phone, you were mentioning how the electrostatic sprayer is something you wanted to talk about, and so I figured, hey, I can bring you on. I was hoping I could get you on. You're on right now, and I'm going through all these these pictures at the same time, Eric's pictures. So I'm going to try to answer the best I can any questions you have. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spill the beans on what's up with this electrostatic stuff. You, as former business owner, person who has provided services in the community before, have questions as to, um, you want to know, would this be a good choice for you? And so I'm thinking to myself, um, we can compound that desire. We can take advantage and capture this at the same time, and this will be an exercise for me to talk about why $1,000
Practice your
is
rebuttals.
something that I'm going to be able to manage. What's the point of it? And the point is, the income that's going to come from the electrostatic sprayer is our main source for now. And then we're going to be taking the money that we earn from that and putting it back into the company. Um, there are certain expenses that I've already got um, looked at and looked into. But basically, we're going to put it back into the company, and I'd like to have 8 full-time subcontracted spraying crews in the area where I'm at running by the end of the year, which would require me to have 12 to 16 of crews on contract, because people, you make $5,000 a week. You might want to go and have a vacation or something after a month, and $20,000 in your business bank.
I like to think that you'll have the financial stuff squared away to the point where they don't just see this as a casino.
What do you mean a casino?
Job, where you go, win big, burn out. See ya.
Well, that's basically what happens with many people when they make a lot of money. I worked in the oil field, and so I already know that very few people can manage having $2,000 to $3,000 income a week. Um, you know, a lot of times people's lives actually get worse, and they don't know what to do with all the damn money, and they just start blowing it and make bad decisions and create traps for themselves. And I was making $3,000 every week, $2,000 cleared in the bank account. And I did 3 months, 7 days a week, 100 hours a week. And then I take 2 weeks off and rest my body. But so I was in the oil field, did that for almost 2 full years.
So, Chris, let's get on this track of the cleaning, the exostatic cleaner.
The electrostatic, you want to know about the
Yeah,
electrostatic cleaner. I think you would probably like to have one of those there for your dad and yourself. I think that would probably be a better move. And I know that we haven't mentioned that before, but I've put some thought into it since the last time, since I invited you up. I was thinking, you've got your family there and you can work immediately where you're at. There's no need to try to make a change for you. We're connected virtually. We can take a path of least resistance on that fact. And I think your parents would be able to help support, you'd be able to help support your family right where you are. And I'm not going to ask anything from you, because I'm not going to be you're not going to be subcontracting with me. You're going to be able to do on your own. I'm basically going to share with you, freely give you the same thing that was given to me, and I'm doing it here live streamed at the same time. So I'm going to give you all the keys to my kingdom, brother. No filters. I'm just going to, maintain the privacy of the person who told me about it.
I was just looking into the educational part about it. Like this.
Yeah, I'm going to educate you on it. I'm going to tell you everything about it. And I know that you're a hustler and a mover. You're going to want to have one. And I know that you're going to want to rather have one there with you and your family as opposed to come up here.
Wherever the machine is, as long as it's working, that's the point.
Yeah, I think, if you wanted to come up here, that's fine. I'm going to be, if I set you up and you worked with me, it's not going to be like immediately you're going to have one of these. You'd have to hang out with me for a while, because I'm going to be, there's going to be like a list of requirements for people, and you wouldn't meet that list of requirements right off the bat. And I couldn't set you up with that either. Whenever I would hire gold dredgers in Honduras, and they would have to work on a salary for a certain amount of time before I would give them a percentage of the cut. And the reason why is because, you know, they're not a dredger. They're just a dredger in training. And, you know, I'm going to be training people who are already set up with funds, business, account, vehicle. I'm gonna be equipping subcontracted teams who've already got themselves established here locally, and it's gonna be a legit on that aspect. Now, if you was to come and hang out for a certain amount of time, a few months, then maybe we could maybe help get you up to that point. But you'd have to show some stability, and we'd have to get you stable for your before we could start that. And at the same time, it would be an actually a reward for me to have you here, but it would also be extra work. So you'd have to put in time, almost internship time, if I was to put in the work to try to help host you and set you up with your own place here and make sure that you're comfortable and settled in. Like, there'd be a lot of stuff that I'd have to put in, so there'd have to be something that comes back to the company on that and my
Yeah,
time.
I think I'm a little beyond that. Well, I'm at the point of what are the positives of this exostatic? Like, you know,
You want to
hiring you
know. You want to know what the thing
compared
does
to
and
hiring
why.
some
So here's
someone later.
what it
You
does and
know,
why. I'm not going to interrupt you, but I am.
no. I'm talking about what's so special about exostatic versus grabbing a rag and some cleaner.
Yeah, so I'm going to tell you. I'm going to give you a link to that. We're going to pull that up and I'm going to share it on the screen. You can come back and watch this. I'm about to really spill the beans. 1 second. Let me find. I think it was. I'm going to find the page. Then I'm going to just show it here on the video. I'm going to look up their website. There's 3 websites that the person had sent me when I was first told about this, and I said, hey, send me everything on it. And he sent me these 3 links, and I was like, call me, tell me everything you have to know. And we did, we talked, and he has given this information freely to 6 people that www.maxcharge.com. He's given this information freely to 6 people, and I'm about to give it freely to anybody who wants it. But okay, so here's max charge. I mean, if anybody wants to take it and run with it, that's fine. This is good exercise too for me. It's also healthy. It's better to give as opposed to receive. So, like when we talk about creating value, I'm making this. This is a very valuable thing that I'm about to share here. All right, live stream. Ready to come on down to. Where's my. That's not it. This one here. And screen. I can't see your video.
Yeah, I'm multitasking here.
All right, so I just showed it just shows your picture. Now it's got my split screen. There you are with your picture. How are you,
Yeah, I was
man?
doing research while I'm doing the video and listening and writing and yeah,
You look like you're doing better.
getting
Can you
there,
hear me?
man. They're talking like it's possible this weekend getting out of here.
Oh, really? Well, then let's get you geared up and equipped, man, so that you and your dad can make some income if you guys want to, or anybody
He's
else if
in the
they
middle
want
of
to. But
repairs.
what's
He's
that?
doing repairs and stuff, and I could always get the subcontract from him and from the workers
I'm
this
just going
time.
to freely give you the information. You guys can take and run with it however you want. And that's the same with anybody else who's watching this. This is just free information that I'm sharing. It's publicly accessible information online, and I'm going to share the best I can, candidly, radically candid. And I'm going to give away some of the best information that I have. The reason why is because there's no way that I'm going to be able to take advantage of this opportunity within the short time frame for the demand of this wave. But for anybody who's interested in making some money now and they're wanting to create an income for themselves over the next 6 months to a year, this is a good investment. It's a solid investment.
I'd like to focus on the demand though, why we need this versus other things.
Well, I'm about to show you. So here we go. I'm going to take you on a ride, Leonard. If you want, let me just put the screen up. Let's go to screen share, and What do you see right now?
I see a web browser page with YouTube on there, and I have a small video at the bottom right corner of our Zoom
What do you
contact.
see now?
I see that. Yes. Now we're cooking. We're getting into it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, like I'm really gonna open up. I'm gonna come out of the closet and open up, spill some beans. So this is really anybody can find this
It looks like
information.
they're doing
Max,
that in a hospital.
this stuff's been around for a while, man, and I didn't know anything about it, but my friend did because he's in this industry, and he's like, I called him up. I sent a message to him one day through WhatsApp, and I was like, "Hey, man, I want to tell you that I feel as though I owe you an apology. I believe I owe you an apology. I am making an apology, and I want to tell you that I apologize for being short with you. I just felt that I know that this is the right thing for me to do, and I wanted to do that for you as a person and tell you that. And so it was a very genuine reconciliation move on my part that I had heavy on my conscience for what was lightly tugging on my conscience for the better part of 2 months. And, the inclinations got more frequent, and to a point where I was at the park with the girls and I had my phone and I was like, I'm going to start sending out messages to people that I haven't talked to a while, and on my Honduras line, on my WhatsApp line, my Honduras phone, the last phone that I had in Honduras. And so I'm on that phone and I'm looking at the people and I'm just like, hey, there's his name. Yes or no, Chris? Do you want to say you're sorry to the guy, or do you want to skip over? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm trying to get everything right in my life because I'm doing this for me and myself and my family. Boom. Send him the message and he sends back and he's like, he says, I'm just going to read what he says. No, it's not on this one. It's on the other phone. And this is just yeah, I think I forward these over here. But he basically said, COVID's been really good to me. That's after he told me that, it's a pretty big thing that I did. And he deeply respects the fact that I had reached out. He says that takes a man to do that. And, I was just following my conscience and doing what I knew was right. So that's how it came about. And he's like, COVID's been good for me. And I'm like, COVID's been good for you? Like, I don't know of anybody who's ever said that. And I said, what are you talking about? He says, man. And he started laying it out. He sent me this link and two other links for me to check it out. But he's basically like, look, man, I've got the equipment for electrostatic spraying. And and I made 10K my first week. All I did was I printed up some flyers and started going door to door. And he's made 10,000 plus every week, he tells me. And that was 3 months before we had talked. And I'm like, for real? Like, what are you doing? He's like, well, with $500 worth of supply, um, he's spraying the supply. It's a solution. We're going to get into what the solution is. And I'm going to show you the actual backpack sprayer. Like, I'm going to spill the beans on all of it. I'm going to tell everybody up front, honest. If I'm going to ask for $1,000 from people, you're going to know exactly what I'm doing with the money and why. I believe that's a requirement for my own integrity, and I think that is a very important thing. I've given a lot of money in my life, and I'm about to ask for $1,000. Well, I want people to know where the money's going. So this is actually a good exercise for me. Plus, I'm openly, freely giving it away to you. So here on, you gave me the link to this website. This is what shows, like it's Southwest Airlines. Let me just keep your cabin clean. Southwest Airlines. Electrostatic sprayers apply new disinfectants, blah, blah, blah. Charged droplets wrap evenly to coat all cabin surfaces. Can you hear the sound on this?
Yes.
what's so special about electrostatic is it actually like wraps around the object and it bonds.
On an atomic level.
Yeah, so that's a cool clip there. Close that out. So you mean it's this stuff? These all right. Now I'm gonna go to the next clip here. Let's go to the actual solution that's being used that my friend told me about. Now, I've looked up some companies online, and anybody can search electrostatic sprays online and do some of this own research, and you'll find that there's multiple different companies providing the service, and there's various different types of solutions. I've done some research, but not much. I've mostly been focusing on getting everything prepared so that once this money starts coming in, I know where that it's going to start going. Because I plan on setting up a cruise. I'd like to hit $1 million during the first 6 months of 2021. That's what my goal is for the business, for the company, and that's going to be what we're going to use for our cocoon phase to take us from a for-profit to a non-profit. All right, so here's the next one. HTTPS backslash victory complete.com. Electrostatic charge means even the hard to reach places are coated evenly and dries quickly. Electrostatic spraying systems. Electrostatic spraying systems manufactures sprayers utilizing its patented max charge technology. Electrostatic spraying systems. Electrostatic spraying. VictoryComplete.com. Application error. Say what? An error occurred in the application and your page cannot be served. If you are the application owner, check your log for details. You can do this from Heroku, blah, 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 blah.
Dude, this is how they clean the shuttles too. You know that, right?
I don't have a clue, dude. I've never even heard of this stuff before my friend told me about it. I'm just wanting to get in on some of the action. I would not be surprised if it's used to do that, because
this is also half the technology for painting too. It helps bond the paint to the metal better.
Yeah, electrostatic painting. Yeah, I got into the reading that, especially with aluminum doors when I had a painting company in Kansas City. Let's just go with Victory sprayer electrostatic. Shazam. Maybe this video will be a hit. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you where I'm getting my backpack sprayer from. I have a secret account, a secret dealer. That's one of the only pieces of information that I'm going to keep to myself. But I can give you the name of the product that I'm buying from my dealer. And this is Victory Sprayer Electrostatic. Let's go to one of their cool videos. Boom. Victory Innovations, world's first cordless electrostatic sprayer. I'll be right back. What happened to the video?
Buffering.
Yeah, that's the internet for you. Does that make me crazy? Gnarls Barkley. All right, let's just close the full screen and go on back. So, I mean, if you want to find one of these, it's not that hard. Just search online. Now you know. Victory. Victory is ours. That's what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy a Victory backpack sprayer. And now my friend told me that my cost is going to be between $2,000 to $2,500 for the sprayer. And I am raising $1,000 to finish collecting the amount that I need. I already have my dealer account ready. I have my business license set up. I've got the signs printed for the business name that I came up with. And what is up with that? I won't even bring up that website. That's weird. Oh, well, not my problem. So, how about let's go to some more videos. Maybe we can see more. Anybody can go and find one of these. Oh, they got the small one. This is something that's important. They got like a small one, and then they got a big one. Pretty valuable information here. Hi, David. For real? For real. For real. My dealer says that he's selling these things all over Massachusetts to all the schools. I'm going to be spraying the inside of my children's daycare.
Well, if everybody ended up with a sprayer, boy, it's going to make your business hard.
You know, it's going to be challenging, though, is finding them, brother. Mm-hmm. Right now, if you go to their website, it says that they're not even going to have their next shipment in until like November.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. But you can find them online and on eBay. Let's check it out. I'm giving away all of the secrets, except for almost all of them. I'm not telling you. Yes, we are the perfect partners. eBay. So you can get yourself a sprayer, brother. And my friend is doing both commercial and residential. So there's almost nobody doing residential around here. The two banks that I went to, I set up a personal bank account or a personal savings account at one credit union, and I set up the business bank account at another one because I'm going to keep my business account at a certain bank, and my personal bank account and savings account is going to be at a credit union. Two different institutions, and helping keep me partitioning my distance on that as far as for tax purposes and whatever. But both of the two that I went inside had told me that they get sprayed once a week, but none of the workers inside have the service being provided inside their house. What do you think of that?
Interesting.
eBay. Yeah, so inside of people's houses, my friend is charging a certain amount of money. I'm not going to talk about prices. Yeah, I will. No, I won't.
No, I know. I got people that have cleaning businesses that do that on a daily. Whenever we're doing the repairs, we call someone in, they shampoo, they dye the carpet, they kill it.
Here's one right here where they're selling it. There's two in stock. They're selling it for $1,580. Hey man, I might have saved myself some money. I could just bypass my dealer and just buy one of these dang things off of YouTube. My dealer's selling me mine for $1,812. Looks like my price isn't all that good.
Yeah, he's still a salesman. He's still trying to make a buck.
I'll bypass him. I'll just use my debit card. I'm going to go with what's cheaper. I can use him for my chemical supply because that is going to be tough to get, I think.
That's what I'm wondering right there. What's the surface area with that spray?
Okay, so for $500, $500 a week, $500 a week worth of chemical.
Yeah,
it's $10,000 he brought in.
Mm-hmm.
So like 5 gallon buckets.
But I'm talking about surface space.
He's able to spray in one day about 5,000 about 5 gallons worth of solution, and by himself. So I mean that's a pretty good guesstimate. You're going to need to know how much you're going to spend during the day. You're going to need how much to know. You're going to need to know how much you're going to spend during the week when your time is maxed out. Now, as far as the cost on commercial aspect, 20 cents a square foot, 30 cents a square foot is kind of a mid-range. There's a company up here that's charging 55 cents a square foot on commercial. What that means is if your building floor layout is 1 square foot, let's say your building is 1 square foot of floor space. So I don't know anybody who's got a building that's 1 square foot, but I'm just explaining 1,000 square foot building, you'd multiply the numbers up by 1,000. So 55 cents a square foot is what one company here locally is charging. And my friend, I'm not going to tell you how much he's charging, but he's below the mid-range that I mentioned. Mid-range would be 20 to 30 cents. And yeah, he had one account that he set up the other day, and it was $11,000 just for one spray job. He's getting more work than he can handle, and he has hardly even done any advertising whatsoever. He just started the first week collecting customers by going door to door to businesses and houses, and it was just one right after another. And his first week he was already booked up, and he just ran those same clients once a week. Just ran them once a week, and he went like 2 or 3 months or something like that, if I remember right. Like, I think it was like he said he just now started advertising again, which I think was after, I think he had already been working for 3 months. So I think he went 3 months and he didn't even advertise. It was all word of mouth. It's like the next person says to the next person, hey, I want this. Hey, my brother needs this. Hey, my mom needs this. And it was just, it was like, dude, you need to have your house sprayed. You need to have your business sprayed. And so this is how I told a friend of mine about it. And he's the one who said, sounds like you'd be doing COVID busting. So I shared it all. Not yet, and I didn't. Look at this. I've actually almost got that money right there. Why on earth? But we gotta check these details. Oh, there's a solution. That's not the solution. Wait a minute. I don't get it. Is this for real? Do they really have it in stock? Let's see. Buy it now. Because I don't have, I'm not going to do the Amazon sign in. I don't want to do that here on the computer. Add to the cart. Let's see the more details. Let's go to the cart. Oh, wow, 2 items. I got it. So I need to quantity 1. Okay. It shows that it's available. Buy now. Let's read the details. Removable easy fill HDPE tank holds 2.25 gallons of chemical, allowing you to coat up to 23,000 square feet on a single tank of fluid. If you multiply that times 55 cents, then you're looking at, let's just divide it in half. So 23,000 divided by half is what? $11,500 that you can charge if you're doing 50 cents a square foot, 50 cents a square foot. So on one tank of 2.25 gallons, it's $11,500 that you would charge. and you can spray that as fast as you can walk through the building.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like, oh my gosh, like how do I multiply this and scale it up? And immediately I'm thinking, I'm going to be subcontracting. Yeah, and I'm going to set up lots of crews, and I'm just going to multiply and have a certain amount of crews up till the end of this year. And I'm going to reinvest the money that the business is making until the end of this year. We don't anticipate to have any type of profits, and I'm going to pump it right back into the system. And then at the start of the new year, 2021, boom, I want to have those 8 crews running. So today's the 1st of October. This gives me 3 months today, October, November, December. And then I'm going to do January, February, March, April, May, June. And I'm going to let them keep rolling. And then as the demand comes down towards the summer of next year, we'll try to maintain and diversify the groups, maybe cross-train the subcontractors to do other services, such as cleaning solar panels. A friend of mine sent cleaning out air duct systems in multi-unit buildings, commercial-sized buildings where they need to have their air ducts cleaned. If they have like dryer vent air ducts, because those, if they get clogged up, they can actually cause a fire. And so my friend was telling me about that too. After I had shared with him this opportunity, he turns around and shares 2 opportunities for me. And so I'm going to combine those 3 into the services as the demand begins to wane next summer as part of the strategy, so I can keep these crews running. And then there's going to be people that are in the core level on the executive aspect for the business, helping administrate it and oversee it, which their salary is going to initiate in the next 3 months after I take one of these backpack sprayers and start moving. So like within 2 weeks to a month of me doing the first clients, I'm actually going to target one specific neighborhood. It's in the area, or one specific city. I'm going to target specific cities. I've got a background in delivering pizza as one of my professions. And so I want to keep it tight, keep it clean, keep it nice from the start, and then maintain those services, and then retrain somebody to take over those same clients. And once I've replaced that, I'm going to create another one, and then I'm just going to keep going. And yeah, that's what I've got to do on my time between dropping the kids off at daycare and picking them up. So
busy.
Yeah, this is what I've been working on, man, for almost the past 2 months. And so I know people could probably be watching this stuff with Solomon's Treasuries, like, what is he going to do with all this stuff? I'm like, bro, we're going to be hiring a full-time media person who's going to be helping follow me around, like the way Gary Vaynerchuk has D-Rock and Joe Rogan has Jamie. I'm going to find me that young intern who's going to follow me around and help start this thing up. And yeah, and we're going to be investing in mercury replacement technology as a company. We're going to be investing in health and wellness products, and so that our own employees have access to daily supplements, essential supplements that are necessary to support everyday life. And so I'm going to be the company Solomon's Treasure. I, as an owner, made the executive decision to provide that service for all of our employees. So I am an employee, so the service that the employees or the stuff the employees are going to get is the families are going to be able to have their supplements. And the company's going to give those. And so,
I'll be right back.
Be right back.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and swap up over to the. There we go. This is victory is ours. Time's of the essence. I've got about another 15 minutes that I can go with this. I got to get back to focusing on my other stuff. And I'm going to raise the money that I need, and I'm going to get this stuff. Now, for the solution, Bio-esque. ESOLU. Bio-esque solutions. All right, so here is for Leonard when he comes back from probably the restaurant. Dude goes into the hospital, comes out with one hell of a business opportunity just because he's my friend and is willing to pay attention. And this is me giving back before I receive. So there's a principle in that. I think you can get it at Walmart. Boom.
Okay, I'm back.
All right, buddy. So eBay, you can get yourself some backpack sprayers, and then you can go to walmart.com and get you the solution. Here's the solution to your problem.
At least one.
Oh yeah, it's one less thing to worry about, says Forrest Gump.
Says what? Say that again.
One less thing to worry about, says Forrest Gump.
Yeah, right.
Just one less thing. All right, so it's formulated with Thymox technology. It's 3-minute kill time. Basically, what happens is you just go in and spray, and people come back in after a half an hour. You don't have to wipe anything down, and there's no necessity for PPE unless maybe possibly you might be allergic to this, but it's a botanical solution, which means that it comes nothing but from plants, lemongrass, grapefruit scent.
I'm loving it, dude. I'm loving it. I'm thinking it's wonderful. But you're answering some of the questions anyway, like I was saying, like because some of the products
more than you even asked for. Let me explain some more. Just wait. There's more. Bactericidal, virucidal, tiburcidal, fungicidal.
Wait, there's more?
Yeah. So this thing will get rid of the allergens. So if you got allergens, are you allergic to shit? Well, if you're allergic to stuff, pardon my language if you're watching this, Mom. I love you. She's probably like, what is he talking about?
Yeah.
So it gets rid of your allergens. It sanitizes, it disinfects, and it deodorizes at the same time. So it kills bacterial that causes odors, and kills the norovirus in 4 minutes, and it kills coronaviruses. All right, here's the information. We aim to show you accurate product information.
Hey, here's a specific question. Now,
specific question.
It'll kill coronaviruses. Now, the question is, will it kill the COVID-19?
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Right.
I mean, just the impact alone, my friend told me, the impact alone of the electrostatic force. This was proven in the University of Alabama, I think, which people who want to go in there and dig it all out and find out if it's absolutely 100% true, go do your homework. I'm just repeating what he told me. I have not verified this yet. I never saw it in the laboratory either. But he said that it was proven already in a laboratory that the force of the impact is strong enough to even break the outer shell of the virus itself. The chemical solution is charged positively, and it attracts and bonds to the surfaces 75 times stronger than what gravity does. So when it hits, it actually hits it really hard and really fast at the very last second. Like it just...
Antimatter power.
Yeah, so if it doesn't break the shell open, it'll kill it.
That's good.
I mean, it kills coronaviruses. It does say that. Let's go to their... It fucking kills everything. It kills all the viruses, man. That's what this stuff does. It disinfects, sanitizes, cleans, and deodorizes in one step. bacterial side, viral side, words that nobody knows. Non-abrasive formula, botanically derived. Non-abrasive formula, botanically derived active ingredient. Kills antibiotic-resistant bacteria. MRSA, no shaking required, rinse-free formula. Let's go to the part where it talks about PPE. I use this for my disinfection business. You should have set up where people can set up an account.
PPE stuff is
tax exempt.
Pretty much personal comfort reference.
Yeah, I'm gonna require that my subcontracting crews have it on unless the customer says that they don't want us to come in with full PPE. And I'm talking not like I'm not talking like a hazmat level PPE. It's, there's going to be a pair of, and let me grab some of this stuff down 1 second. All right, so the people who are working inside of others' homes, they're gonna have a disposable face mask. They're gonna have gloves, even though they're not gonna touch nothing, except for maybe doors to get the backside of doors. There's another package that Solomon's Treasure's already bought, and this is kind of where some of the initial money went that I wasn't expecting. Anyway, so these are booty protectors. These you put these over your shoes, like you've seen in that movie, The Departed, with Mark Wahlberg and Leonardo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, and there's quite a few other amazing actors, Martin Sheen and a few others. Well, at the end of the movie, Mark Wahlberg goes in there and shoots what's his name in the head. That's the name of the actor. I can't remember. He was on Ocean's 11. I could see his face, but I can't remember his name. Not Brad Pitt. The other guy, the younger guy, the guy that. Anyway, so he had like one of these booties on, and that movie was actually filmed here in the Boston area on some of the scenes, and that was the set. It's kind of one of my favorite movies, The Departed. If you haven't seen it, watch it. There's a cool plug. And so he has like these little booties on when he goes in to kill the guy. It's like, so one good cop's killing this supposedly corrupt cop. Anyways, I'm not gonna ruin the whole movie for it if you ain't seen it. So we're gonna have like these little booties on, and then I got like a full suit, a protective suit, and I'm gonna have a logo. It's gonna be printed on there, and that has a hood on it, and then there's also like a face mask. So, people will feel comfortable allowing somebody inside their home. I'm also considering the idea of making it a requirement for my subcontractors to do COVID swab test once a week. But I'm not for sure yet if I'm going to do that. I guess there's going to have to be some sort of minimum checklist as far as daily, like, hey, do you feel any symptoms before you start work? And can we get your temperature taken on your forehead with a thermometer? Just stuff. There's going to have to be that type of stuff, just because I want to provide the number one best service that I can.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend,
it's also a creature comfort between you and your partner.
But my friend who's doing this already, that's making the 10K a week, he's not doing any of this stuff that I'm talking about doing. He doesn't have these on. He's not using these. I mean, even the dealer who's selling me who I have the account set up with, but it looks like I'm probably going to go now through eBay, because I can save almost $300. So, I mean, it would be a stupid choice to go through that dealer and spend $300 just for fun. $200. Yeah, why do that? That's like two of the buckets of solution. I'll buy the solution from the guy, but so here's the thing: the guy who's selling these to all the schools, when I told him I wanted to get some PPE, he looked straight up at me. He says, "You don't need PPE, not with the solution." And I was like, "Yeah, I know, but I want to have it. I want to have it for the customers.
Professional touch, comfort."
Yeah. It's just, I want to provide the best service that I can, because the whole point is to give people a level of, it's all about, for me, helping people get back to having a normal life and easing peace of mind. And there's people who have probably not seen their family members for 6 to 9 months because they refuse to allow people over to visit.
Right.
And people would love to have an added sense of security. And that I'm doing a service on multiple. There's multiple benefits to that service just for the peace of mind, because the impact of this shutdown is bigger than just the death count. It's the mental health crisis that we're creating. I mean, suicides are skyrocketing, and the cure or whatever may in some ways be more damaging than the actual problem itself. It's an arguable thing that some people have mentioned, I've heard. But, my friend's doing the service. There's people around here doing the service. I don't know of anybody who's doing it like the way I'm setting it up. And so, my focus is, I just want to help make people feel better. And none of us are getting out of this alive. I understand that. But until then, if I can help make the world a little bit of a better place for where you live or how you live, your level of health, then that's what I'm focusing on now, especially through this company, Solomon's Treasure Health Wellness, Pollution Remediation, Environmental Services. This is an environmental engineering type service. It's a remediation type service because this solution is used in the environmental engineering level, especially when it comes to like mold remediation or disinfecting, sanitizing. And that's how my friend knew about this. He's certified for mold remediation. Now, he did tell me that there was one person where he's at who said to him that he needs to have some type of permit that shows that he has training in pesticides and insecticides. And he's like, this is not an insecticide. This is not a pesticide. This is just a disinfectant solution, so it's not on that level.
A botanical aerosol. Maybe not even an aerosol, it's just a botanical, fumigating botanical is what it sounds like to me.
Well, just read up on it, and there's look at this, there's all kinds of products that you can put inside of that. I'm sure that, look at this, we got fiber lock shockwave. My friend even told me, he's like, there's all kinds of ones that you can put on. Listen, there are all kinds of products that you can put into this thing. Like I shared maxcharge.com, I shared Victory Complete, I shared BioEsk Solutions. So those are the three things that my friend shared with me. Like I said, he set up 6 people on this business, and I'm just needing a little bit of cash to be able to help get my first sprayer. And then I'm going to use that money to help build up this business that's going to become, the plan is, I'm going to colonize the earth. Like, I'm just joking around. You have like this guy, Elon Musk, he's like, I'm going to go colonize Mars. And he comes up with this crazy ass idea and thinks, okay, so I need to start building some rockets. I'm going to go over to Russia and buy an intercontinental ballistic missile without the nuclear bomb inside. It's just crazy shit. And look at him now. Look at where the fuck Elon Musk is now. A stupid, crazy idea that in some person's perspective, I'm not going to speak on what happened and what didn't happen in his life, but I will note that there is a peculiarity that took place. He did suffer from a divorce just before they finally had a successful launch. And he was putting all the money after he sold PayPal. He was putting all that money back into the business so that he could colonize Mars. And I think it may have put some extra stress on his relationship with his wife, because I think he got paid like $200 million or $300 million cash when he sold PayPal to eBay, he was one of the people who owned it. And his wife was like, and there he is putting in his last money. Like Elon Musk literally had to go all chips in, bro.
Yeah.
He literally had to go all chips in, and he launched. I think it was 3 times and they failed. And then his 4th launch, he says, 4th time is a charm, he said. And so anyway, I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm not doing. And what I'm not doing is trying to hurt people. I'm trying to do the opposite, and that's going to come through a long-term investment in an organization that's going to last whether or not I do, because I'm not even going to last. So I'm planning on 300-year impact in the future with my organization. If we got 300 years, and if we don't, well, you know, world's ending tomorrow. I'm going to go plant an oak tree today. So, guys, I got to close up, man. I got other stuff to do, Leonard. Homie, I got other stuff I got to go do, man. I'm about to cut the transmission. I'm going to cut it. I'll call you on the phone, man.
All right, Chris. I'll talk to you on the phone, man.
All right. I'll talk to you on the phone.
Later. Hey, give me like 15.
What?
How much time? Like, give me like 15, 20 minutes.
No, I just call you later. Like, I'm gonna be busy between now and
right. Yeah,
I'm done. I'm done. You watch this video as many times as you want. Get all the information. Read everything you want.
That's all right.
Go get yourself a sprayer.
That's all right. I'm keeping up.
I love you, man. I love you, man. Get your hopes up. Get your dreams up.
Yep. Later.
Bye.
Later.
Later, man.